I would be absolutely annoyed by that.
Tell me why.
Because you don't have your pass rusher opposite. You don't.
It's at least worth a discussion because there's no such thing as having too much talent or depth at cornerback. The Bears would need to have a significantly higher grade on a corner to pass on some other options and positions. The hope is that defensive backs coach Al Harris is a really strong mentor for Stevenson, and the Bears can unlock more consistency in his game. Right now, I think it's a competition between Stevenson and Smith for that job, but the Bears will need to add some more depth. Not a position he would rule out for a high draft pick. I think there's a good chance, like Biggsy wrote, that both are there. I think Barron would probably definitely be there. He was the Jim Thorpe Award winner last year. You're shaking your head. Would you be a little annoyed by that?
Yes.
Wow, I wouldn't be.
I would be absolutely annoyed by that.
Tell me why.
Because you don't have your pass rusher opposite. You don't. Not only that, I don't think you need a corner at that position. That's another reason, if that's your thinking, to trade back and acquire more. Let somebody who's a little desperate, wants to come on and wants to get something that's going to be available there, you go back and you get more.
What if you could trade back and you could still get Barron? Probably won't be able to trade back and get Will Johnson. I would doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be, depending on how we view Travis Hunter, he's going to be the first or second
Carmen,
corner
if you
off
give me
the
another
board.
pick in the second round, and if you want to do something stupid in the first round by trading back and give me another pick in the second round, if you want to do something stupid, then that allows you to do something stupid by getting another pick in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Because then you might be able to address. Maybe they see a pass rush coming off the corner that they like, but they don't think they're going to have to draft him in the first. They can wait till the second to get him. Fine. Not a problem. And I get it. You want to be inexpensive at the corner position. At some point, you need to be inexpensive there.
I mean, you're paying Jalen, and you're going to probably pay Kyler.
Gordon.
Would you like another cheaper option that's more consistent and better than Stevenson? I like Tyreek Stevenson. I think we both do.
I like Tyreek Stevenson also.
Again, he's a college player, so who knows? It's hard not to love Will Johnson. He stepped on the Michigan campus and became a full-time starter as a freshman 3 years ago. He's a true stud since high school. Yeah. He was a 5-star recruit. He was a starter ever since his freshman year. Like, he's incredible. He's big. He's fast. He's got ball skills. He looks the part. Like, that kid, if you told me in 3 years was like one of the best corners in football, I'd be like, yeah, of course. You can see it. Yeah. So I don't think it's crazy.
Somebody needs to put it to Stevenson this way. There's a chance for you to be a great player, and there's a chance for you to get a second contract, and it's going to be a big money contract, if you could somehow focus.
Yep.
If you can't focus, you're not going to be in this league for a long time. And that's it. I would give it to him. This is the way it's done. You do not need to interact with everyone. You do not need to react to everything that happens to you. What you need to do is to be able to focus at the task in hand. When the game is done and it's in the books, if you'd like to celebrate, and let's have a great time. But we don't celebrate before. We don't engage before.
Boy, he learned a hard lesson that way, right?
Yeah, hard lesson. Yeah.
I think that's why.
I mean, they held him accountable while the rest of the team ran roughshod over everything. But the one guy we're going to hold accountable was going to be Stevenson, while everybody else got to do whatever the hell it wanted.
Because it was the worst look, right?
Yeah.
Is that why?
So,
how convenient that was, I guess, for a lot of them.
And then everybody's got to chime in. Then everybody's got to have a thought on it, too.
Yeah.
You know who needs to have a thought on it? Eberflus and Poles. It's their thoughts.
Yeah.
That can be made public. I don't need to hear one of his teammates talk because not one of them played a perfect game. Not one of them had a perfect season. If you're not going to say something positive about a teammate, shut your mouth. We don't want to hear from you. That's what you do. That's the rule of thumb when you're in the NFL. If somebody asks you about a teammate, be positive. Don't be critical. Don't be negative. Because the day you play a perfect game, you can go ahead and stand up on your pedestal and tell the whole world how great you are. Nobody has. Nobody will.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut.
Like Biggsy wrote, Al Harris being brought in here, a former decorated player in this league who's, that's part of his job. Like, all the things you just said about what Tyreek Stevenson needs to work on, you'd hope Al Harris, his coach, can kind of bring some of that out of him. on talent, I mean, there's a lot to like about Tyreek Stevenson. I think we all acknowledge that. And we all see it. The consistency part and all the other things, like you said. Like
distractions.
That's where the problems
Don't be distracted.
Yeah. Chris is in Coal City. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? So question for you. I've been seeing Abdul Carter drop out of some mock drafts. If he does fall to that 6-7 mark, is it worth the Bears moving up to get him? And if so, what would it take?
All right, thanks, Chris.
It'll take one of your second rounders.
Yeah,
if it costs 500 points.
Yeah.
To move up in the draft where they got the point system up there.
Yeah.
If you're moving up 500 points, it's going to take a second rounder. If you're moving up 300 points, it's going to take your third rounder.
If Abdul Carter is falling outside of the top 5, Bigsy wrote about this today too. Actually, he wrote.
You love that Bigsy, huh?
Well, I just read the mailbag this morning.
Okay.
Somebody had asked about Abdul Carter too. I think we've kind of hinted at this because we've discussed it a little bit. Like the idea that they'd have what it takes to make a huge move up the board. They should. The Bears aren't in.
There's no
they're
gray
in no
area.
position to be doing that. But Bigsy's point was, if he starts falling out of the top 6, then you got to wonder what teams know about his foot and what they're worried about.
Abdul Carter.
There's no way he's falling.
Should be drafted before Mason Graham.
Yes. 100%.
Right.
Abdul Carter should be drafted.
What if they're both falling down the list?
Well, Mason Graham is an interesting one. Abdul Carter should be drafted no later than 2nd.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's been the whole time. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine.
4th?
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't imagine he falls that far. And then you got to start wondering why.
What's
and
wrong?
What teams are worried about.
What's wrong?
In terms of that stress. It's not a fracture, it's a reaction.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell. I mean, stress reaction.
It's like a shin splint.
Can that turn into a stress fracture?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like a shin splint, Carm.
I think that's a lot of pie in the sky. I don't think there's any chance. Mason Graham falling? Interesting. Will Campbell falling? Interesting.
Then things get interesting.
I think you fill out the card and you run if one of those two.
What if all 3 fall to you?
Name the 3?
Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, and who's the other one? Will Campbell. What if all 3 fall to you?
I'd be very.
You're at 10 and you got a choice between all 3. What do you do then?
I'd be very worried about why teams keep passing on Abdul Carter. It can't happen. Like, there's no way.
He'll be in the green room.
There's no way.
He will be in the green room.
I think if Graham or Campbell go down that far, I don't know. To me, you don't. It's easy for me to say. I don't have to be right. They have to be right. I think you fill out one of those 2 names and you run and you turn the card in.
That's it. Here you go. We've got our guy. And then you get back in.
Somebody had a mock. Yeah. Oh, I think it was Tannenbaum. Had a mock. Mike Tannenbaum.
We talked about it.
Yeah. I heard you guys talking about it. Had Mason Graham falling. Go ahead.
Pete Prisco's got a mock out there.
Yeah, I heard you guys in the morning talking about
Well, I
Pete,
just looked at it, saw he had the Bears picking, and I'm just like, okay.
Who did he have the Bears taking? I'm trying to remember.
Will Campbell, I think, if I had to remember.
Right. I think you're right. about that.
Yeah, Will Campbell. He had Ashton Genty going earlier to the Raiders. Good. The Raiders will be mired in mediocrity for a long time. Let the Raiders do what they do.
Draft running backs.
Yeah, draft running backs. Then let them go after 4 years. Why? Because you realize they're not as important as they need to be as every other position on your team.
And that guy went on to have a pretty good year, too. For a different team.
Right.
If you want to talk Bears and NFL draft, we are a month away. It's exactly 4 weeks from tomorrow. We're going to be up in Green Bay.
You nervous?
I'm not nervous.
I'm ready.
I'm not nervous.
I'm ready to head out.
What do we got to be nervous about? Whatever happens, happens. We react to it.
I just asked if you were nervous.
Simple as that. I don't have to make the pick. If I'm Ryan Poles, I'm a little bit nervous. The last couple of drafts haven't gone swimmingly.